Right, we're a week into October. Things are slowly cooling down. We are still getting some warm days, and we're going to be getting some more over the weekend coming, but in general we know it's going to be downhill from here on, so we'll have a look at how the garden's looking. I mean, this is a good thing to do at the end of the season for any gardener, especially tropical gardeners, because a lot of growth is sort of maxed out at this point, so you can see exactly what to expect and maybe things you'd like to look at and make a change for next year. And I have mentioned this before in another video. We've got a large tetrapanics and a clump of bananas which are fighting, really competing for light, nutrients, space, competing for everything. And in the previous video I'd done, I suggested I might move the bananas, but over the last few weeks, and this is why sometimes it's best not to do things on a whim and actually sort of take a few weeks or even over winter to think about it, but I have thought about it, and the more I look at this sort of corner of the sunny border here, the more I like the bananas here. And we have got three types at the moment. So we've got the Musa Bajou, we've got a Bengal Tiger, and we've got a straight Sycamnensis. And I thought, when I suggested to move the bananas, and I thought back to when I had to move some before and what a struggle it was. They are really quite hard to dig out, big quorms underground. Whereas I've moved tetrapanics before and they're sort of fairly light rooted and a lot easier to move. So I will be moving the tetrapanics and leaving the bananas there. So on that note, I was going to make this corner next year into a proper banana grove, if we like. So I've already got a cluster of Musa Bajou and some other like aforementioned species. So we've got a lower, it's not a gap, but a lower planting, if you like, in the border here, which could do with some height. And what we've got here is a big clump of palm grass, which is I bought last year, survived the winter and really sort of clumped up and bogged out, but not really the height. I'd like something a bit taller there. So what I am going to do is maybe end of October dig all that out, separate it. I might get a good 4 to 6 clumps out of that, I reckon. So I'll pop that up over winter and then decide what to do with that next year. And so next year I will be doing set a Morellii there, so the nice red big leaves to go tie in with the rest of the bananas. And I have even considered, and I've not really made my mind up yet, but about moving this Boutea aerospaitha, because I don't know, that's going to start growing bigger and bigger, and I don't really want it in front of the banana grove, as it were. So if that's going to be, bananas are going to be a permanent plant, and I don't really want something there to conflict with them. So that is a thought of digging that out and finding a new place for that. I've got a couple of ideas, and I'll probably replace that with golden lotus banana, which is the shorter growing banana. And I think, you know, with all the different types of bananas all in one corner, I think that would I think I'm going to like the look of that. So that's the plans. So again, you know, have a look at your borders, see what's working and what's not working. And yeah, I weren't really happy. I mean, I really like the palm grass, but I weren't really happy with the height and the way it's sort of, obviously I knew it was going to spread, but it's not really done what I wanted to do in that situation. So if something's not working for you, dig it out, try something new next year. So yeah, so we're looking at the A one of my Golden Lotus bananas here, so we've got a nice sort of almost white back to them with that sort of red rim around the leaf, and just a sort of a smaller, stockier banana and a nice paddle shaped leaf. So I think that would, even though all these bananas got similar foliage, they're gonna bounce off each other a bit, because you can have different shades and different sizes and shapes of leaves. So yeah, I think that's going to be a goer with that. So yeah, again, just a matter of really taking stock of, say, what you're happy with, what you're not happy with. There's plenty of things I'm not happy with, and I'm fully looking forward to getting stuck in next year and really sort of swapping things about a bit. I mean, that's the fun of the tropical style garden. You can, because a lot of things, you know, for instance, your cannas, your bananas, they don't mind being dug up, moved, put somewhere else, and you'll still get a good amount of growth out of them. That's not going to set them back at all. So yeah, have a look around. I've got plenty of areas. I mean, I've got areas at the back of the border here. I've got peonies at the front, and they, you know, chucked out a couple of flowers, and the foliage looked all right for a little while, and that's just looking a bit rubbish now. So I think I'm going to take them out. Yeah, just little tweaks, little adjustments. A garden's never finished. We know that. It's always going to be an ongoing thing, and that is the beauty of you know, it's not a finished masterpiece. It's always a constant tweaking, always adding, always taking away. Just your tastes change. A plant comes available you couldn't get hold of, this, that, and the other. There's multiple reasons why things will change, and yeah, don't be afraid to experiment and pull things out. Another classic example here. I've got I don't know, sort of heather or something, which has been there for years, which looked nice when the pond was neat, but now I've let it sort of, it's a wildlife pond here, and because obviously the rest of the gunneria, the tree ferns, and some of the other foliage plants, which have sort of, it gave the effect I want. But obviously we've got this area here, which I've got a big patch, which I'm going to be looking to take that out and put something a bit more interesting there, a bit more tropical styly. And also I think that's going to, because this is predominantly for sort of frogs, toads, amphibians and newts, whatever, I think some more sort of dense foliage, which is softer for them, because obviously with this is quite sharp and prickly and quite dense. So I will be taking that out and swapping for something else. Anyway, so basically the moral of the story is, if you don't like how something looks, change it up, and now's the best time to get some plans in your head. And this is on the back of a year where all the hostas have been absolutely decimated by slugs and snails, and we normally get a bit of damage, but you know, we've got a T-Rex there which never had a full leaf on it because it just got absolutely battered, and we've got a blue mammoth here which again never had a full leaf on it because just got absolutely decimated by the pests. So is that something I'm going to change up next year? Yes, probably. I'm going to dig them out when we first get signs of growth in the spring next year on these two hostas. I am going to dig them out and probably have them as potted specimens somewhere else, because as nice as they look in the ground when they're undamaged, you know, the slugs just see that as a big dinner plate. Right, I think we'll leave it there. Like I say, it's never too late to change your mind. It's never too late to change plant situation. I know a lot of sort of established evergreens you wouldn't want to move so much, but a lot of the perennial stuff, you know, you could move that no problem in a dormant season, late autumn, early spring, whatever you're choosing, and you'll have no issues there. I mean, palms are definitely one that don't like being moved, and so I go back to the original area we were looking at and talking about the Aerospatha Bootia. When it comes to palms, most of them will actually throw a tantrum, but the Bootias are one palm which you can get away with digging up with minimal fuss. Like all plants, you want to get as much root as you can, especially with palms, but they are ones that you can more or less, as long as you get a reasonable sized root ball, they won't know they've even been dug up and moved. Right, so I think we'll leave it there. Food plans for next year, food changes, and like I say, I'm not reacting on anything right away, but that is my thoughts at the moment, and I think that's the way we're going to head forward next year. Right, thanks for watching, we'll catch you on the next one.